Alright, Killgreed here, and I'm going to do an update and a couple questions I'm going to ask the rest of the gun community about the Rossi RM66. I got this gun a while back, and I've been shining it up because it did not come this shiny out of the box. It's more of a satin matte finish. Kitty cat's about to jump up onto the bed. Anyway, I put about 300 rounds through this gun now, and I haven't had any, I guess you could say, gripes as far as, you know, it's cycling ammunition and functionality and all that. This being a revolver, you don't have to worry about like jams when it comes to regular pistols. The cylinder does, you know, it's gotten a tad loose, but something else has happened that I am kind of concerned about, and that I've seen does become an issue eventually with the cylinder, and that's specifically, you know, this part right here, the part that push that to eject the spent rounds. What it's doing is it's getting significantly looser than the actual cylinder itself. There's those fingerprints from how shiny I'm getting this thing. Look at that. Anyway, there's more play. I don't know if you guys can see that. That play right there where it's like kind of wobbly. It wasn't like that when I first got the gun. Now, I don't know if that's just natural wear and tear as you break in the gun, just like the cylinder itself, or if that's going to become an issue at some point. That's quite a bit of wobble. It might not show like to the extent that the wobble goes on camera, but it's quite a wobble, and it's still not actually produced any catastrophic results yet, you know, but it's just something that I'm keeping my eye on. Now here's the other thing about this gun that I've not been able to find any specific info about. The grips. I want to change these grips, right? These grips, they're the standard ones that come out of the box, right? And on this side in particular, there's a hole right here, like right where this extra little notch is. And I've seen people handcraft their own grips, but they don't accommodate for this extra little notch here that almost runs into the cylinder release. It actually kind of does, but it's so thin it goes kind of like underneath it and it doesn't get in the way. But this part right here, this little curve, covers this hole. And when you take these grips off, on the handle it'll say 972, as in the former models, the 972 and even the 971. Grips for both of those firearms will fit on here. The problem is, on this side, I'm OCD as fuck. So I want something that'll cover this hole, and I will actually take the grip off and show you guys what I'm talking about. You can find grips for the 972, because what I'm about to show you proves that this is basically just like a it's a 972, but out of the box it's just not polished until you do it on your own like I did. So this is basically just you know, a 972, because it'll say so on the handle, right? So I take these grips off, right? Alright, so right here on the bottom it says 972, model 972, right there. So grips for that will fit on here, and they fit, but does this side specifically, whatever grips you get, I've seen somebody put new grips on there, but it doesn't cover this hole all the way. It becomes this kind of like a crescent moon or something. That much is still showing and all that. That's maybe it shouldn't be a specific complaint. Maybe I shouldn't be that OCD, but I am. But I can't find any grips that actually accommodate for this extra piece right here, this little notch that covers that hole, because without that extra notch, other grips that just straight up curve downward without this notch will expose part of that hole that I'm talking about right there, right? So does anybody know anyone that makes shiny wood, you know, lacquered up, shiny wood grips, whether it's, you know, rosewood colored or mahogany or whatever, just some kind of better grips, better looking grips that on this side accommodate for this right here, right? That'll cover that hole. That I've not been able to find, whether it's for the 972 or the RM66 or the 971, whatever. So if anybody knows any specific grips just like that right there, hit me up in the comment section, man. You know, dare I say that I might have to make my own. I've never even made grips before. And I'll show you even more evidence of this right here. This extra notch right there, this is what covers that hole. Imagine that notch not being there, right? That little 1/8 of an inch little notch not being there. Then you're gonna get like half of this hole showing on your gun like that. It's gonna be yucky looking. Or if some, or you know, I've seen grips that don't have that notch, but it still looks like it might be thick enough to cover, or large enough to cover that hole. But I've still not taken the risk and spent the $70 or so it would cost for them. Because to me, that $70 is all about covering that hole, not necessarily, and this being exactly like this, so as to have enough room for the hammer. You see, there's about between a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch left between the bottom of the hammer and that, so it can have enough room to engage all the way. You know, so those two things. I need some grips that people that make grips still accommodate for this, so the hammer can go all the way back, and this, so it'll cover that hole. So that is the update slash gripe slash questions that I have update video on the Rossi RM66, and I'm wiping down fucking fingerprints galore. And it's my own damn fault because I'm the one that used the mother's mag polish and shined this thing up, making it look like a 972 basically. So yeah, there is the update. Rossi RM66. For real though, on those grips, somebody hit me up if they know how to get those specific grips that cover that hole, and hit me up. See, look at that. Ooh man, mirror baby. Peace out.